Stickers are now a legal mechanic in Magic the Gathering. You know, when you were a child and you like pulled stickers off of a sheet and put them on the fridge, on your toys, in your coloring book? Well, that's now canon with Magic the Gathering, thanks to the new Unfinity set that is going to be coming out. The new Unset. It is now canon to have stickers that we're going to take off of a sheet and put them on our cards. That's right. This is real. This is actually happening. And they're legal in Commander, in all the Eternal formats. Commander, Legacy, Vintage. We're going to see how much the Legacy community likes that. I don't think they like it at all. So, we very fortunately have actually the full... what's it called? The full announcement from Mark Rosewater, thanks to MTG Strategist. I have a link to the full thing in the description below if you want to learn the most about Unfinity, but I just want to go over some of the sticker mechanic. So let's take a look at it. So Mark Rosewater starts off saying that they wanted to make fun cards, and here is a sticker card. We've got like Urza's Dark Cannonball as names. We've got some pictures. We got like a hat, some Gideon toy, a squirrel. We've got a power and toughness sticker, 1574. We have some ability stickers. Mikey J says, "Hey, let me put this sticker on your Gilded Drake. Please take it out of the sleeve." I think this is more or less not going to be like too difficult. They do go over that these stickers, they're not permanent. It's like stick-it notes, you know, those post-it notes, whatever. And worst case scenario, even if you don't have the stickers, you can just make them with, you know, pen and paper. There are official stickers you gotta go by, but you can just, you know, write it on a piece of paper, rip it off, and boom, you're good to go. They're not all legal, only the ones with the watermarks. Yeah, but there's gonna be some that are legal. All right, let's go take a look at what Mark Rosewater has to say about the new stickers in Unfinity. And if it's not too loud, let me know.
You think you know what's going on here? Okay, so I'm going to explain why we didn't come out April 1st. We had a company that makes glue for us that went out of business because of COVID.
Well, that's not good.
So the reason that we didn't make our deadline was we didn't have the glue. And
we need the glue.
We needed the glue, but just we couldn't do it on the tech timeline that we had. So that's why I got pushed back. But since...
So there's an interesting thing. Mikey J says, so I'm supposed to trust the glue from a company that can't make foils that don't curl? Well, I mean, it's never gonna touch the card, really. Like, in practice... like, we just sleeve all our cards, right? So you just put it on the sleeve. It would never really touch the card. In theory, you could play like a draft sleeveless, but in practice, especially in an actual tournament, it would never touch the card, right?
But we couldn't tell you because you didn't know stickers were in it necessarily. It was hard to say the glue factory went out of business since that doesn't mean much since, okay, well, so. But we have stickers, so let's talk about the glue up front, because that's the most important thing here. It's like Post-it note glue. It's not going to harm your card, so it easily comes off, it's reusable, so you can go on and off many times, and it won't hurt the card. So when we're talking about stickers, this is not permanently changing your card, it's not, it is meant to like very lightly go on and off. If you think of putting a Post-it note on a card, it's not meant to harm the card, it is meant to be something that is reusable and stuff. So as I explain this, keep that in mind. We're not playing like a legacy game or something where the card forever changes. Okay, so there are 4 types of stickers.
4 types, people.
First are name stickers. There's 3 of those on each card. Mm-hmm. And what I'm showing you here, all the cards follow the smile. There are 3 art.
Yeah, but with this name, it sounds like, I may not know for sure. We can change the names of cards now. We can make Dark Lord of Atlantis, Dark Silver Adept, Dark this, Dark that. Because there was a tweet by like Saffron Olive asking, hey, if we change the name of the card to Dark Jace the Mind Sculptor, does that get around Pithing Needle on my Jace the Mind Sculptor? Huh?
Stickers in each card. And yes, that is a little Gideon plushie. Oh, by the way, the art represents things you can get at the park. Things in a park you can get at the park. So for example, you see a little squirrel there? There was 4 infestations in the park. There's a squirrel infestation, a rat infestation, a beetle infestation, and a gremlin infestation. So you'll see that all those show up. The reason there's a hat is hats matter. And there's plushies because why not have them? Okay, there are also ability stickers. So ability stickers are things that grant an ability to the creature. And there are power and toughness stickers. That changes the power and toughness of cards. Okay, so you'll notice there are little ticket icons next to the abilities and the power toughness.
Yes, tickets.
To use these stickers, you have to pay that cost.
Gotta pay the ticket cost.
Get tickets in a minute. I'll explain it, but you need to get tickets. So you can't, those have a cost associated with them. You have.
We gotta go to the carnival to get the tickets, and then we get the sticker. How do we get the stick? Maybe we get the tickets through like playing a game. You gotta play like one of those carnival games. And after you're done playing the game, you get the tickets. Then you go to the prize wall.
The names and art are free. You don't have to pay tickets for them.
You know, that was mentioned, Mikey J. You know, they said, well, if we make stickers a real thing, then in theory, you know, because the stickers can stay in the zones, right? Now, by the way, these stickers only stay in public visible zones like Exile, Graveyard, and Battlefield. I think once cards go back to your hand in Library, the stickers go away. But in theory, we could do that. Although, technically, that would make some cards a little bit thicker when they're in the deck. Technically, I don't think it would be that big of a deal, but it could be done.
Okay. Well, I'm talking, I'll show you about sticker cards. So there are 48 total sticker cards. Each name, art, and ability sticker is unique, meaning they don't repeat. Power toughness we have repeat. Some of them, I think, some of them are twice. There may be a few that show up 3 times, but there's 96 slots basically, and there just weren't enough power toughness combinations since we were going to do like 117 or something. So,
and how these stickers are going to work, they're going to be like the dungeon cards where you have like, you know, you have to start the game with a dungeon. There's like sheets of stickers to choose from, and you can only play stickers from those sheets.
We repeat some of the power toughness stickers, but other than that, everything's unique. So when you see names and art and abilities, each of the cards is different. So there's 48 unique cards. If you do the math, there's a lot of variants of things you can get. There's 1 sticker sheet per booster pack, and it takes the place of a common card. So this is the extra game object we're talking about the sticker cards. So by the way, they are kind of similar to a magic card, but a little bit different in the stickers on the front. The back has instructions how they work, so the back is not a magic back. But once again, this is not a magic card in a traditional sense. Okay, how do they work? Let's talk about it. Okay, so some cards, like Carnival here, let you sticker a permanent. You can only sticker.
Alright, Carnival, Carnivore, black, 5 generic, 4/6 creature, Death Touch, not bad for, you know, 6 mana card. When it enters the battlefield, you get, I think you get a ticket. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. So it's like energy almost, you know. Certain creature comes into play, you get an energy, and then when you have enough energy, you get to reuse the energy. If I'm interpreting this correctly, this is how you get the tickets.
Even though there's certain harm your cards, you don't want to mess with your own cards, so you can only sticker your own cards.
Yeah, that's funny. They said it will not harm the cards, but just in case your opponents get offended, you cannot sticker your opponent's cards. You can only sticker your own cards. We'll talk about that, but like, yeah, how on earth are these stickers going to work on Magic the Gathering Online? Like, Daybreak, what was it? Daybreak Games. Congratulations, welcome to the job. Maybe that's why they wanted to sell off Magic the Gathering Online. Like, we don't want to deal with this damn thing. And it's possible when we get an announcement from Daybreak Games, maybe they won't do it. It's possible that this mechanic will not come into existence on Magic the Gathering. It's possible. We'll see how they you know, program it in, if they can even do that. But if they can't, then there will be now officially a divide between paper, legacy commander vintage, and digital paper commander vintage. Legacy commander vintage. Can you use my Lisa Frank stickers as proxies? I have no idea what those are. Do whatever you want. I'm okay if you can't sticker other cards, of course. It's also possible it won't be playable. It's possible! It's possible! People thought it was possible that the, what's it called, the Walking Dead cards weren't going to be playable. People thought it was possible that certain companions weren't going to be playable. And, you know, these things are all possible in theory, but in fact, they've all crept into actual play over time.
And you can only sticker non-land permanents. So they can go on any creature, any artifact, any enchantment, any planeswalker, not land because it causes game problems. So you can't.
Oh yeah, cannot be a land. I don't remember what their explanation is, but no lands. Any non-land permanent.
You don't really, you can't run land. They used to and we broke it, so you can't run land. Most cards that let you sticker also give you some number of tickets. So, for example, Carnival, not only does he first he gives you a ticket, and then he lets you sticker a non-land permanent.
Energy! Energy, people, I'm telling you, they crept energy back into the game.
Now, if this was the first one you played, only 6 mana, so hopefully not. The cheapest sticker cost is 2, so one ticket's not enough to use. You need at least 2 tickets to use any ability or cards. But tickets are like energy. They're a counter that you, the player, get. You can save tickets to use whenever you want, and you're not forced to spend them. So, whenever you're a sticker, often we give you tickets, not always, but often we give you tickets, and then when it's time to sticker, you can sticker when you want to sticker, but you need to spend the tickets in order to sticker the abilities or how it works.
Good question. Would these be Pauper legal? I actually don't know. Is Pauper considered an eternal format? I guess so. But I don't know. I don't understand.
Okay, so you can't sticker abilities or sticker abilities. Okay, some cards will only let you sticker a particular sticker. So, for example, Angelic Herald only lets you use a name sticker. But if it doesn't say you can sticker anything, so if it just says sticker, you can put a name, an art sticker, a note sticker, or a PT if you pay for it. But if it doesn't say you can do anything, but some of them tell you. For example, Angelic.
Thank you for clearing that up, Muffin. All right, so I'm definitely going to change my title to include Pauper as well.
And once again, you can only sticker on non-land permits you own. And you have to pay the ticket cost for the ability to be stickers. If you don't have the cost, you can't do them. The set is full of cards that care about names and art. So putting on stickers, for example, hats matter in the set. So putting a hat on a creature now makes the creature have a hat. Some creatures naturally in the art have hats.
Jace the Mind Sculptor could use a hat. He could use a nice little beanie.
Already have that. But putting a sticker on it will help, for example. So adding a name or art sticker can mechanically matter, especially in this set. Adding an ability or changing a power toughness, well, that already matters. I mean, you don't have to do anything. Adding abilities or changing power toughness will make the card better. There are also cards that care about whether or not a card is stickered. So the mere act of stickering something sometimes will either make that card better or maybe make another card better.
Richie is like, I don't know what's happening. I'll tell you what's happening. We can now take stickers, because this is now like the new mechanic, and we can place them on your cards, and it will change the abilities and whatever on the card, the stats of the card, and the name of the card, and whether Jace the Mind Sculptor has a beanie on his head or not.
But there are cards that care about things being different. As I don't care about the legendary creature, we have a showcase card tomorrow retro Pauper, which is very cute. But by the way, I'm very proud of his name. You'll notice there's a lot of puns in the set. So. Okay, so we've gotten pretty creative with how you can use stickers. This, by the way, I think is the
Okay, yeah, blah, 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 blah. There's a lot of stuff here. I don't want to go through the whole thing, so I have another spot where... Let's see, what was he talking about here at 3:32? If you want to watch the whole thing, I have a link in the description below, but I just want to get to some critical talking points like stickers, how are they used.
It's kind of in the stable that we can let you play. Like, the rules can let you play with them. It was just weird that because they were in the set that you couldn't play with some of the set, we didn't let you play with any of the set. And so that's the philosophy here.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Chris Ross. The background and dungeon mechanics are stupid, in my opinion. We don't need more stuff on the field. If they keep this up, we will need 2 playmats to compete. R.I.P. Paper. There's gonna be a bunch of people who are not thrilled with this.
We made a list of 6 things that get you into an Acorn status. Number 1 is you don't work in the rules.
Oh yes, okay. So now he goes over exactly what made. Acorn is now Unfinity, is Silver Border. So if it's got like an acorn near the Holo, where the Holo stamp usually is, well, it's a new Holo stamp. Acorn or oval. If it's an acorn, it's like a Silver Border card. If it's the oval, it is a legal card. So they've mixed both of them in the exact same set. Because, you know, whenever they make these unsets, some of them could be legal cards. I would like more or less to be legal in Modern. Even though Modern is not considered an eternal format. I would never get access to the damn card. More or less is an amazing card. But, so anyway, that's the divide between what's legal and what's not legal. And he's going to explain what made something an acorn or an eternal playable card.
And what that means is, in order to work in the rules, you have to work in every corner case. There are a lot of rules that you guys understand. Well, Last Strike's a good example. Everybody understands Last Strike. It's not confusing. It's not that humans can't play it. It's the rules can't handle it because there's this weird corner case problem with it.
So how is this going to be fixed on Magic the Gathering Online? It still seems like the rules, or at least at a programming perspective, it still isn't going to work. I mean, or is this just theoretical? I figured, like, you know, they would account for Magic the Gathering Online. Magic the Gathering Online, I don't know how Magic the Gathering Online is going to handle these cards, or if they're going to handle them at all. And some of you have already mentioned some cards in the chat. Oh my god, there's no sound effect for this. Thank you so much for the 100 mil master. You put a sticker on my cards, I put a sticker in you. Yeah, but no sticker. Well, you don't need to have the stickers on your cards. You don't want to play with sticker cards? I'm not going to put stickers on your cards. It's only stickers on your own cards. You can only put stickers on your own cards. But God, thank you so much for the super chat, Millmaster. What do you do? Make $1 billion in Bitcoin or something?
But we want you guys to play those cards because they're fun cards. So, but if you don't work in the rules for structure for tournaments, okay, you gotta run Acorn and they don't work in the rules. Next is, they reference something normal Magic can. There's a rule in Magic that says, in normal tournament play, any card that shares an English name with another card has to be identical. So anything that would be different between cards, a watermark, an expansion symbol.
So Chris, who was there, said that only a few cards are coming to Magic the Gathering Online. But then there's going to be if it's only a few and most of them are going to be legal in paper, then that means there's going to be it is technically going to be quite a different format. Or maybe it's a case where there only a few cards reach Magic the Gathering Online because those are the only ones that are playable, that they know are playable, and the other ones are just, they know it's unplayable, so they're not even gonna bother.
An artist, we can't reference any of that. None of that is mechanical. Once again, it's not that you guys can't understand it. It's not that the players can't play it. It's just a rule that tournaments need to have. But if we do that, that means it has to be an income. Third, interaction with outsiders. We do a lot of outside assistance where you ask people, and we do a lot of fun making new kinds of outside assistance where you're asking different things. They're not just simple questions anymore. You're doing a lot of cool things with the outside people, but you don't like there's cheating concerns. Like in a tournament, there's concerns. So if you're
good. So I mean, if you're getting outside information, that definitely cannot be Acorn. Oh, sorry, it can't be Eternal. That has to go to Acorn.
Involving other people, that has to be one. Physical dexterity. There's a lot of fun cards that we can do, but we don't want that in tournaments. Okay, so if we're making you do things, and there's some really fun physical cards with that. So that's gotta be It'll reference something external to the game. What time of day is it? You know, whatever. Like, there's a lot of fun things that there's weird variances that you can care about, but okay, we can't be then determined, so that's there. And finally, it just doesn't feel right. When the actual set comes out, there's a couple cards that were originally not Acorn, and everybody already complained about them, and I made them Acorn. Not because they couldn't be, but like it just felt wrong to everybody. I have no examples today, but none of mine fit that category. But
So Meow says, why can't they just create silver border cards? Well, they just recreated silver border cards into Acorns. That's all. The Holo foil now either going to be an oval, which makes it an eternal playable card, or they make it an Acorn, which makes it an Unfinity exclusive card. So basically, it is the silver border still exists, but it's like making silver border cards and black border cards in the same set, and that just looks weird. So they have both in the same set. Anyway, it's just a bit strange. So anyway, they got rid of the silver border and just changed the Holo card. So they still have exclusive exclusive unset cards in this set, but they also have playable cards in Commander. Coming to your next Commander game near you. Did Mario just say you can only place stickers on a card you control or own? I can see some idiot try to slap a sticker on a Gilded Drake or a creature they got from Gilded Drake. I think... Ooh, that's a good question. I think it's only you own. I think that is a good... Let's go look at a card. Hold on, we're at 34. What does some of these cards say? Enters a battlefield, you get a ticket. Then you may put a sticker on a non-land permanent you own. You own. They got own right there. So it's no longer... They don't put on you control. It's on cards you own. Only cards you own. Really good question, though. Really good question.
One card specifically that everybody signed off on it, and then R&D as a whole said no, and we ended up choosing it. Okay, so here's another card. Okay, so
we gotta wait to the point where he says that all these cards are eternally playable. Oh, you gotta hear the audience.
Far Out basically says whenever you're going to pick a mode, you can pick as many modes as you want. Okay, so Far Out does something we've tried many times to do normal Magic. I've tried to make this card so many times in normal Magic. Because it's fun to mess with modes, right? But
sure.
The way the rules work, it doesn't work in the rules. That there's some weird corner case problems.
Gyafufu, stickers are going to be exact. So Gyafufu asks, I wonder how stickers each box comes with. Seems like the stickers will be pretty limited. No, I think it's going to act like a common, but it doesn't matter. You can make your own stickers. You can write things on a piece of paper. It's like the dungeons. You don't literally need to own a dungeon card. It's not an official card. You just need to know what the dungeon is, and then, you know, when you move through the dungeon, you move through the dungeon. You take from one step to another. Same thing with this. You would just know what a sticker sheet is that you have available before the game, and then whenever you have to use a sticker, you can just write on a piece of paper, rip it off, and put it on your card, or slip it into the sleeve, whatever. You do what you got to do.
That don't have, when I say corner case, I don't mean things that actually come up and play. I just mean the rules need things to be tight from a technical standpoint, and this just doesn't work. But that's why unsets exist. So let us make cool, fun designs that fall through the cracks. Like, this is a very fun card. Players have been asking for this card forever. Let's just make the card. Let players have fun with their modes. It's functional. People understand how to play with it. Just the rules can't handle it. So why not have it? But these have to stay Acorn.
Remember, they stay Acorn. Acorn means silver border. So you think Acorn, you mean silver border. You see silver border, it means Acorn. Not Legacy or Commander playable. Well, I mean, it can be Commander playable if your Commander group says so. I mean, your Commander group could have been playing with the unsets the entire time.
Okay, it's Magar the Magic Strings. So, what this card does is it lets you...
Well, I gotta answer this one. Why didn't they just make Eternal Legal cards a white border and having the uncards black border and also with a sticker? White border cards suck. They really suck. They look ugly as hell. They look cheap and garbage. And they figured that out at some point, that they gotta stop reprinting their cards in white border. It's just ugly and nobody likes it. And that's why. And they would still be ugly and nobody likes it. Black border all the way. Oh god. Okay, so we see your true intentions here. We see your true intentions. You're one of those people.
And sorceries basically into 3/3 creatures that whenever they hit your opponent, their saboteur effect is what the instant sorcery does. So when I really designed Made of Magic Strings, I didn't think the rules could handle it.
Alright, I don't even know what this does. Magar of the Magic Strings, black, red, 1 generic. You have to pay 3. Note the name of target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard and put it onto the battlefield face down. It is a 3/3 creature with, whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may create a copy of the card with the noted name. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost, and if this creature would leave the battlefield, exile it instead of putting it anywhere else. Oh yeah, that's possible. That's interesting. So like, you put like, I don't know, Ancestral Recall from your graveyard to the battlefield, and then you attack with it, and then you get an Ancestral Recall. And when the creature dies, you just exile it, no problem. The real question is, why the hell did they just not make Sticker a commander-only mechanic? Yeah, they're just throwing everything. Why didn't they just make it an Acorn mechanic? Like, why don't they just keep this weird, janky stuff in Acorn stuff? I can sense a Rock Talk video coming from Lord Magicus coming up soon. I can feel it.
I actually thought that I was making something that had to be an uncard. It's a really quirky card. But it turned out with the right template, it was feasible. So why not let Eternal Format play with it? If it actually does work in the rules. So this is the core philosophy behind making what happens at Eternal Legal.
Look, Aztec Guy says, did you know a lot of Legacy players prefer white border duels? Cost's not a factor of black border. Main reason, they're easier to find. Well, in theory, yes. In practice, I actually think cost does matter a lot.
Don't fence off uncards when they don't need to be fenced off. If the game can handle it, okay, let's handle it. And so that's the general philosophy we've done. By the way, you'll notice that Magar is a legendary creature. So we get it from showcase cards tomorrow. And these are super cute. Hopefully we get them. Okay, before we get to questions, I picked up a whole bunch of really fun art, and there were a couple pieces that I couldn't fit anywhere else, so I have a few more pieces of art to show you that I'm not going to the normal stuff you see. Like I said before,
there's a point where he says all these cards are eternal legal, and then the whole crowd went, but I want to find that moment. I don't know where it is now.
Hats matter as a theme, robots are a theme. That there are a lot. In my article that I there also will be die rolling outside of systems.
Maybe it's right after this.
A lot of the normal stuff you would see. Like I said before, hats matter as a theme, robots are a theme.
Come Fabio.
That there are a lot of names matter stuff going on in the set. So there's
I love people rolling in. Wait, what's a sticker? It is exactly what you think it is. It is exactly what you think it is. And you can put it on your cards and it will change the stats of those cards.
There's names matter, art matters, all the sticker stuff. We'll care about it. Okay, so finally, understand the Acorn Eternal Divide. So I did in my article that I explained this. I said that we.
Where is it? I want to hear the.
In constructed, here's how it works. So new creative elements. Like we're going to do science fiction. Let's do science fiction. So for example, we wanted aliens. So these are the Glorbians. There are a bunch of different aliens in the set, but these are the main aliens. So the Glorbians have to take a card. We have a showcase card tomorrow. So any draft captain who.
Okay, I can't find it. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. You're gonna have to take my word for it. The crowd was not happy. The crowd was just not happy. They heard that these were eternal playable cards, and they were all excited up to that point, though. They were pretty excited. Now, there's a lot of discussion about this. Let's get to Roland Chang, an Eternal Specialist. I was hoping to get some sleep before I mistakenly read about MTG stickers being announced and legal to use in competitive constructed Eternal formats. Well, F me! And I think a lot of people are like that. Like, what? I don't know how they thought the Legacy and Vintage community would enjoy this. Why do they think that they would like this sort of thing? Or is it too hard for Wizards of the Coast to divide like Commander and competitive formats like this? Like the Vintage and Legacy community, you know, to put it lightly, they're boomers. And I understand they don't want the culture of their boomer formats to be changed. We hate it, yeah. Old man yells at Cloud. I feel you're right. I don't know exactly where it was. I know it was like I should have time-stamped it. So anyway, so Roland not happy, as announced by Mark Rosewater at SDCC. My hope is that this new mechanic has been thoroughly tested and its impact considered across Eternal formats prior to its addition. If it breaks things like Companion did, so be it, but my anxiety level is now at 11! I'm sure that's out of 10. If it fails, please let it fail quickly and reverse course. Thanks to Marcus for Maro's direct link and explanations, blah blah blah. Still trying to digest it all, but competitive paper play may be augmented by stickers from the next Unset. Yeah, these, but on your cards. Maybe on Magic the Gathering Online we can get like stickers that have a little bit of an animation to it. Or at least, you know, that could be something like that on Arena. Will stickered reserve list cards be worth more? No. You take the stickers off when the game is done. They are very removable. They're not like permanent or anything like that. They're very, very, very removable. So you can just put an unreversible sticker on a card. No, it's like a post-it note. In fact, they said that the set was delayed because their glue manufacturer went out of business, which is weird. People still needed glue for their products, in my opinion, when when COVID hit. So COVID hit, their glue manufacturer went belly up. So they needed to find someone else to make some good glue. They need the good stuff, people. They need the good stuff. As an EDH player, I hate it. Keeping track of 8+ possible Skullbriars will suck. Well, in my opinion, you know what? I do have some pushback against this argument. I think Magic the Gathering as it is just insanely complicated. You can't keep track of anything, so this is just another thing that you just can't keep track of anyway. So long as I live, there will be no stickers ever placed on my cards. Spencer Ward, I like the funny unsets, but I'm curious how they will sort themselves out in regulated formats. I'm going to reserve judgment for after the set drops. I really don't think any sticker cards will be playable in Legacy or Vintage. We haven't seen what these cards look like, and I would feel very strongly that there is going to be some playable sticker cards. There absolutely will. I just think it's cumbersome to, you know, keep track of all the... Okay, so like, let's say my opponent does not bring a sticker sheet to the table and decides to randomly select it from an app. I have to keep track all the time of all the possible sticker tables. Like, that's a bit cumbersome even for me as a player. Like, you know, as I'm playing, I gotta consider my opponent can change the name to a card, or power and toughness to any of these possible ranges of stickers coming from the other side of my opponent's battlefield. Or sorry, coming from my opponent's like sticker sheets, because they have 3 sticker sheets that they can choose from. And that's even with the original way Companion works. The cards being playable in Legacy is not the point. They should not be on principle the same way conspiracies are illegal. Yeah, that's a good point. True story. But it's glue which damages the card. It won't damage the card. Okay, so first off, it's like a post-it note that won't damage your card. But even then, why are you playing with unsleeved cards? Why are you playing with unsleeved cards? Like, worst case scenario, you just put it on the sleeve or the inner sleeve. Or even worst case scenario, you are allowed to make your own stickers. Like, you have an official sticker sheet like Dungeons, But you can like you can write the sticker that you're using, rip it off of a piece of paper, and place it on your cards. You could even make your own sticker sheets made out of paper and use those instead. So you don't have to use official stickers. They're just theoretical. In actuality, all you're doing is what you're really doing is you're altering the mechanics of a card. You're literally just altering the mechanics of a card temporarily while it's in play. Graveyard, battlefield, or exile. King Ginger says, that's a terrible idea. Typical. They have no idea what the community even wants. They don't even care what we want. They only want to make money, so they keep coming up with these horrible, terrible, no good ideas. Well, I think the idea is good. I think a lot of people are going to like it, but I just don't see any reason to ruffle the feathers of, like, eternal formats like Vintage and Legacy. Like, those... Like, you see the reaction to, like... the exclusive Walking Dead secret layers to the companions. Like, they don't like it. They don't want this crap. So why do they keep putting it in their format? Like, they're really tone deaf in that regard. But I think for Commander, this is very good. I think a lot of people are going to like it. If you don't like it in Commander, well, I don't know. There's a lot of janky stuff in Commander. I can never keep track of what's going on in a game of Commander anyway, so the stickers aren't even going to change that. For legal tournament play, your sleeves would get sticky, which would make you buy more. What if you're drawing and accidentally draw two because of a sleeve stick together? Again, this is like post-it notes. It will not leave any residue. It will not harm your sleeves. It will not harm your cards. But even if that was the case, again, if you're fearful of this, you just use paper. You just make your own stickers. You don't literally need to use the actual stickers. I'm so irked right now. The past 5 years have had so many mistakes, and Wizards just refuses to not make mistakes. They love mistakes, says Andrus. Chris says, I mean, it's a fun idea to keep in the unset, but it should stay there. I mean, I admit that probably the most jankiest of things should just be, like, I like the idea of putting legal cards in unsets. I like that idea, because there are some awesome unset cards I wish were legal. I'll show you my favorite one. My favorite one was More or Less. Oh, it might not show up on Scryfall. No, it's not showing up. It was like... I want to show you this card. More or Less MTG. I love this card. Here it is. You see it very well? Here we go. 1 blue, instant. Add or subtract 1 or 1 from a number or number word on target spell or permanent until end of turn. So you can like make a 0/1. You could kill off a 0/1 creature by making their toughness go from 1 toughness to 0. So it's a removal spell. What else? Anyway, it's a lot. There's a lot of janky applications. I wish this was a real card. Really wish that was a real card. Wish it was a real card. Doesn't exist though. Instead we got so anyway, there are some cards I wish were legal, but all the really janky stuff, like the sticker stuff, this could easily just stay in Unfinity land. Oh, I see. You don't start with it. It's just like a counter. It should be legal in my opinion. It is like a counter. It is like a counter. That is true. It is like a counter. And they've already messed with counters a lot recently, like with, you know, double strike counters, first strike lifelink. So it is very similar in that regard. But instead of adding the stat, they're replacing stats in some cases. You know, you change the power and toughness. You can change, and you can put stickers on top of stickers, by the way. Just, I mean, I didn't go through that part. Steven says, so Steven, this is interesting. Stop playing when Pod got banned, thinking of coming back, but seems like market and game is a mess right now. It's funny. What a time to be coming back into the game, Steven. What a time to be coming back. It's all about cheaty face with unset cards, that and the cheese stands alone. Amazement says, Spike Tournament Grinder would be hilariously broken and legal within the new Acorn Eternal Philosophy. Wait, so you can also mutate stickers? This is so stupid. Yeah, basically you can, well, no, you can't combine them, you replace them. So like you can put a sticker on top of a sticker, and then the old sticker doesn't work anymore. So you can put more stickers on more than one thing. How many stickers can you put on top of one creature? Shamus doesn't see a problem with this. Shamus is their target market. It's all about NFTs now. Own the actual sticker in NFT form. So I imagine there's going to be even more eternal... we can keep this on. This looks nice. This represents these, but on your cards. Some hot sticker on sticker action. That's right. Acon's run incoming. James Giliberto, does that mean cards with stickers on them are considered to be a modified creature? I actually have no idea. I do not know even the beginning of the rule, like how this interacts with the rules whatsoever. We're still waiting to find out, like, if you change the name of cards, does that play around Pithing Needle? And then once you change the name of the card with the stickers, like you turn something into dark Sensei, well, maybe not Dark Sensei's Divining Top. What's an activated ability? Dark! Lion's Eye Diamond doesn't work either. Or does it? Dark Ether Vial. Okay, let's say I have Ether Vial. Someone names Pithing Needle naming Ether Vial. I change the Ether Vial to Dark Ether Vial. There's no opportunity to Pithing Needle my Dark Ether Vial because Dark Ether Vial doesn't exist as a card in the game. If I'm allowed to get around it. I don't have an answer to that yet. So dark. Yeah, we go to dark Confidant. It's getting even darker than it was before. It's the darkest of confidants. They will sell you NFT stickers on MTG Arena and online. Well, we're still waiting to see if these cards are even going to work on Magic the Gathering Online. Someone in chat said that they're going to bring a few to Magic the Gathering Online, but we have to wait and see. There's definitely going to be a difference. If they only bring a few sticker cards, then that means like the rest of the sticker cards don't exist. Like if I Pithing Needle turn 1 after Gitaxian Probe, name Misty Rainforest, can you still fetch? I'm quitting. I think only if you turn it into like the dark... Oh no, you actually can't put stickers on lands. Stickers can only go on non-land permanents. Or sorry, non-land permanents. Yeah, or Urza's Mishra's Bauble. Correct. That's correct. Oh yeah, I think Urza's a name that you can make. I have to say, this is the Mondayest stream ever. Damn you, Mark Roswater. Damn you. Crazy stuff. What is this? Pale Confidant? I don't know what all the names are. Maybe they mentioned them in the full lecture. I didn't see the whole thing. That's why you play many different Fetchlands instead of the playset to play around Pithing Needle. Well, no, but like someone said, like, what if you get Gitaxian Probed? Gitaxian Probe, turn 1. Oh, you got 3. I mean, still, it's good to have other Fetchlands to play around it. But if you were all in on Mystery Rainforest, turn 1, Pithing Needle, name Mystery Rainforest, GG. So instead of banning the mana rocks in EDH, they found a way to improve them. So we really killing Legacy now? I don't think Legacy's gonna die, but I don't think they're gonna be happy about this. They're gonna be very unhappy, especially if they see play. Okay, so if these are Pauper legal, I totally see these seeing play in Pauper. There's definitely gonna be some busted playable commons that are sticker worthy. And that might like, I don't know if the stickers are going to make a big impact in Legacy and Vintage, even though they're technically legal. But I could totally see these seeing play in Pauper, because there's a lot of crappy cards that see play in Pauper. Yeah, Pauper is definitely the format that's in danger from this. Super in danger. And then it might make a divide. It might make a divide with what's legal in paper and what's legal online. Because I don't know if all these sticker mechanics are gonna be playable online. This has to be the worst mechanic since Companion. This is the worst mechanic since Companion, and Companion came out only like 2 years ago. Or was it 3 years ago? 2 years ago. It's been a long 2 years, hasn't it? Does anyone else feel like, 5 years have gone by over these last 2 years? It feels like an absolute eternity. It feels like an eternity since, like, Uro was banned. Penny Dreadful might get hit too. This sucks. Oh, absolutely. Short Grave Titan. Yeah, short. Fire design really do be that way. I doubt that these cards are going to be broken. It's just cumbersome. Like, so at the beginning of the game, Magic the Gathering Online will tell me my opponent has at the beginning of the game. So I guess it reveals, it's like Companion. You reveal that you have sticker mechanics, or so you have sticker cards in your deck, because you're going to have to show me your sticker sheets before the game begins. Oh, I see. Stickers are online only. No. It's gonna be paper. It's paper, but like they may not have all the stickers online. See, that's the problem. They may not have all the sticker cards online. Will this affect Modern? No, it won't. So Modern is safe. Safe from the stickers. Because technically, Modern is not an Eternal format. It is a non-rotating format, but it is not an Eternal format. Because in Eternal, anything goes. Vintage, Legacy, Commander, and I guess Pauper. Today I learned Pauper is technically an Eternal format. Eternally common. So that's how it is. Pauper used to be divided, but yeah, I suspect this is slightly threatening to Pauper if common cards gets printed into Pauper. And there definitely will be. Was putting a counter on something too hard instead of a sticker? You know what? The thing is that the counters generally was in addition to what everything else that it had, whereas the sticker is going to replace things, and that will change it significantly. For example, by the way, one of the stickers is hats. Let's see if I can get that again. You can cosmetically change a picture. Maybe none of... Yeah, no, it will be. Definitely. So, for example, one of the weirdo stickers is going to be, like, you can cosmetically change the art on a card. You can put a hat on your, I don't know, Goblin or something. You can put a squirrel right next to your Llanowar elf. You can put a Gideon plushie on your Jace the Mind Sculptor. Helps him sleep at night. Yeah, counterfeit at will. You can counterfeit as many stickers as you want. Shamus is like, I'm pro stickers now. I'm not seeing any good reasons why this is bad. I don't know. How are they gonna keep account for like art matter cards? Like, that's a bit weird. I mean, I don't know exactly what this is gonna work, how this is gonna work, but like, or I guess you put the hat on something and there will be cards that say anything with a hat. No, but that's so weird. Are they gonna go through every single card that exists and see like how many have a hat? Emrakul with a hat sounds pretty lit. Emrakul, you need to relax. Here's a hat. Just chill out. Oh, is that Decklist review? That's Decklist review. We're going to thank MTG Strategist for that great video that he took at SDC 2022. And if you want to see the full video, how this Unfinity sticker stuff works, link to that is in the description below. Okay, but now it's time for Decklist review. Are these stickers permanent? Absolutely not. You can take them off. The stickers can be taken off. And they waited for the right glue to come out so that, you know, it's like a post-it note. You know, you could put it on, you take it off, put it on, take it off as many times as you want. It's nothing permanent. And even then, aren't you guys playing with sleeves? Like, why does it matter? You're going to double sleeve your cards. Okay, it's time for Decklist review. So, if you want your Decklist reviewed, you go into the description. There's a link to my Discord. Join the Discord. Find the channel Decklist review, and then enter the command !review deck space. Give the URL to your decklist, and you'll be eligible at random for Decklist review. But before we do that, we're going to thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. If you're looking for your sticker cards, or you're looking for Dominaria, you forget the Unfinity thing. Dominaria United is coming out soon. Dominaria United is going to be the next new hot set. Deal of the week this week, though. Is it the same thing? Or did they change it? Alright, you have a few hours left to save 15% off all Ikoria singles and sealed product. Your Shark Typhoons, your Triomes, go get them. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, in addition to the 15% off. And we're gonna thank Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards online, and your one-stop shop to playing any format, any deck you want, anytime. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or use coupon code Nikachu_WBN for 10% off your first 2 months. And back to Decklist review. Yeah, Burning Tree Emissary with a cute hat. I can't wait to submit a sticker-themed deck to Decklist review. With the fact, like, I don't like this whole idea, but I'm still quite curious and want to see how it unfolds. I'm also curious to see how it unfolds. Fortunately, my main format is modern, so I'm completely unaffected by this. I'm actually looking forward to the Lord of the Rings set coming out. I hope the One Ring is busted, to be honest. I hope the One Ring is absolutely busted. I hope it's busted and they get banned, and it gets banned. After all, it should, because it's the One Ring. It's supposed to be some all-powerful card. It should be it should be flavorfully banned. Maybe they just banned it on the spot. I don't care. I'm looking for my Discord. Where's my Discord? Should be told it's not even open. All right, let's go look. I think this is the... We got to change up that. Yeah, this is gonna refresh Decklist review in the Discord at the end of this Friday. It's the last Friday this week. Scott the Dark Knight. You have been chosen. You are the chosen one, Scott. For a Decklist review. Abosh Goblins in Modern. Love it. You got Goblin Bushwhacker. You've got Goblin Guide. You got Legion Loyalist. Ragavant. Not really a Goblin. Goblin in spirit, I guess. It's only a matter of time before they put the stickers in Modern. Well, I'll be prepared. I'll see how the pushback happens to current players as of today. Okay, Legion Loyalist, Ragavant, Goblin Chieftain, Goblin King, Krenko, 10th Street Kingpin, 4 Fury, Goblin Grenade, 4 Lightning Bolts, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Does this create a 2? So 3 mana, you get at least 1 Goblin. Whenever it attacks, you get a treasure token. That's actually not bad. Chapter 2, you may discard up to 2 cards. If you do, draw that many cards. That's also not too bad. And exile this saga, and you get a Kiki Jiki, basically. But you have to pay mana. It's not infinite. But you can get a lot of stuff out of this. Castle Embereth, Cavern of Souls, Den of the Bugbear, 10 Mountain, 1 Chinka of the Blood-Soaked Keep, and Sakozen. I think the worst card in this deck actually is Goblin Guide. I've playtested this card a lot. It's not a good card. It's like a pretty crappy card overall. I think between the Goblin Bushwhacker, if you were to... Legion Loyalist, Ragavant, Lightning Bolt, and Aether Vial on turn 1, you don't need the guide. Don't think it's necessary. You could replace... But what are we replacing Goblin Guide with? I think we should have at least one more Ragavant. I think Ragavant, I mean, it's gas. If you can get in... If this thing can connect on the other side of the battlefield, I think that's just great. Is there another... Like, we can even have... what's a 3 mana or 1 mana? I know you gotta stay at 1 or 3 mana for a Bosch. Goblin Chieftain, Goblin King. What are our great 3-drop goblins? There's a lot of 3-drops in this deck, but it's not gonna be too clunky because we do have Fury. We do have Aether Vial in the deck. Kiki Saga is super strong. Reckless Bushwhacker. I think that is 2 mana, right? Oh, it's 3 mana. Oh, this is great. Great idea. I like it. Or actually, Goblin Matron is also a good one. Yeah, where is Goblin Matron? This is actually a gas card, too. You know what? Maybe I like Goblin Matron more. Maybe I like Goblin Matron. You know, this is not the greatest Goblin Bushwhacker deck. It's okay, but it's not the greatest. So I would remove the Goblin Guide. It's card disadvantage. You'll find that this type of deck is not going to win super fast. You don't really have the long game to your disposal. Or sorry, you are going to go into the long game quite a bit. It's like pretty interactive, But this is just going to give your opponent just a ton of cards, in my opinion. I've played with this card quite a few times in my own Goblin builds that look similar. I was just not impressed with Goblin Guide. It's probably the worst card in the deck. So replace it with a good chunk of Goblin Matrons, maybe even. And then when you have the Goblin Matron here, you might start thinking, hey, maybe I got to change up some other cards so I have more tutor targets. Chain Whirler seems great with a Bosch. So I mean, that's an option. You play with 4 Goblin Matrons and maybe you have 1 Chain Whirler to go get. It's not a bad idea at all. And that maybe that'll give you some new ideas. So I'm not going to tell you what your tutor targets should be. But like the thing is, with an Ether Vial deck, you top deck the Goblin Matron. You're so thankful for it because you top deck the Goblin Matron, you play the Goblin Matron, and then you just get any other random card. It's like a 2-for-1. It's like you have you got a free 1/1 that lets you draw the best card in your deck. It's like a 3 mana. You may search your library for a Goblin card, reveal it, put it into your hand. So it's like 3 mana, 1/1 creature. Draw the best card in your deck. It's basically what Goblin Matron does. I actually really like that suggestion. Really good suggestion. I mean, you might trim on, say, Krenko, Tin Street, Kingpin. Because we wanted 3 cards. We only have 3 cards left because I think you should have 4 Ragavan. Emberclave is a bit too clunky for Modern, I think. I think they should print Goblin Nuke. Sacrifice 10 goblins, deal 20. They probably have something like that already. Something to that effect. I would not be surprised. Why Vexing Shusher in the sideboard? It's a goblin. They can't be countered. And target spell can't be countered, which includes Lightning Bolt. I'm not going to judge it. It's not too bad. I like the Blood Moon. I might... whatever. Blood Moon is fine. I was thinking maybe you should have like 1 or 2 Magus of the Moon or something like that. Go to response. Counter target blue instant spell. This is a sweet deck, though. I played stuff like this, similar stuff to this before, and it works. It just works. It's nice. All right. Thanks for submitting the deck list. Like people squeezing that Abosh in there. Love that Abosh. Next deck list from Danny96. Danny, my man. What do you got cooking for us today? A Blood Ascend deck for Pioneer. All right, everyone, get your Pioneer caps on. Oh, the 2 cost. That's true. Okay, keep that in mind. That Goblin deck. You know what? If it's so good, it's not that bad. If it's so good to the deck, like it's more important than a Bosch, then I would still play it. But keep that in mind. Like, I'm not opposed to bringing in 2 drops and 4 drops if you think it's worth it, neutering your companion. But it has to be it's got to be worth it. You big Nintendo fan? Absolutely. Got a Switch. Got myself my Switch Pro controller here. Gotta go Pro. It's actually a nice controller. I like it. You can't... The default Switch controls suck. They're really, really painful on my hands. I would never be able to get through Mario Kart with that. Okay, what do we got here? Blood Ascend. So it looks like a vampire deck. So we have Knight of Ebon Legion. Voldaren Epicure. As a battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Create a blood token. That's not bad. I like that. I like ETBs that you get value from. So no matter what, you get the damage and you get the blood token. Blood Tithe Harvester, which is not a bad card at all. ETB create another blood token. And it's a 3/2 creature. It's a decent body for 2 mana. Sacrifice Blood Tithe Harvester. Target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is twice the number of blood tokens you control. So it works as removal. Dusk Legion Zealot, which is not too bad. ETB, draw a card, lose 1 life. Gifted Aetherborn. I don't like Gifted Aetherborn. I just think this card is like a little too clunky. It doesn't work the way you want it to, and like, are you really going to be blocking like Arclight Phoenix or something like that? Switch Pro Control is very solid. That's right. I'd win in Mario Kart 8 easily. Oh yeah? Bring it on. What's your rating? What's your rating? My rating is getting close to 10,000. I haven't played it in a while, though. Okay, Voldaren Bloodcaster. When Bloodcaster or another non-token creature you control dies, create a blood token. Blood tokens everywhere. Whenever you create a blood token, if you control 5 or more blood tokens, transform it. It becomes a 3/3 creature. You actually make a lot of tokens, so I imagine this thing's going to be a flying 3/3 very often. At the beginning of combat on your turn, up to 1 target blood token you control becomes a 2/2 black bat creature with flying and haste in addition to its other types, and just permanently on combat on your turn Yeah, it just turns into a creature and not until end of turn. Silver Smoke Ghoul, Vampire. Can't make use of the blood tokens very well. Cletus, Trader of Get. Not in love with this card. You don't have a lot of removal. And Twilight Prophet. What the hell is this? Flying Ascend. Which maybe you can get to Ascend because you have so many blood tokens that maybe you can get to the 10 permanents. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have the City's Blessing, reveal the top card of your library and put it into your hand. Each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is that card's going to be mana cost. That is a pretty sick card, actually. That's a pretty sick card. I like that card. Soaring Imperious Bloodlord, of course. Bloodchief's Thirst, Fatal Push, Infernal Grasp. This is a nice deck. I'm just not sold on the Gifted Aetherborn. I might go 2 more Dusk Legion Zealot. Do we have Shrapnel Blast? I don't think that's legal. Is that legal in Pioneer? I don't think so. It is legal, actually. I don't know if it's necessary, but that is definitely something to keep in mind. Maybe Shrapnel Blast is better than Infernal Grasp. Shrapnel Blast kills a lot of stuff. Like 5 damage is a lot. You know what? I think I'm sold. We should have Shrapnel Blast this deck. It has to be better than than at least Infernal Grasp, because you can just dome your opponent for 5 damage in the end. You know what? I don't know if I'd love Fiery Temper. I think stuff like Fiery Temper is a bit clunky. I might be wrong though. I could be completely wrong. Like maybe this whole the whole removal suite should be Shrapnel Blast and Fiery Temper. So Fiery Temper is the common with Madness, also Pioneer legal. It basically creates a lightning bolt with all the. I think that we have enough blood tokens that this should be good. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, maybe we should have Fiery Temper in here. I don't believe in Cletus, and I also don't believe in the Gifted Aetherborn. There is a world, I think it should be play tested, that you play with Shrapnel Blast and Fiery Temper, given how much blood token synergy you have. So you basically draw a card with Fiery Temper. Because instead of discard the Fiery Temper, you're going to deal damage to something. Count the amount of blood tokens. You mean generators? We have 4, 8. This actually doesn't create blood tokens until it dies, to be honest. We might need more blood token generators. Are there any more generators? I would think we should have. You know, we might be lacking on the blood token strategy. More lacking on blood token strategy than I thought. Cabby would do a 2-2 split on Twilight Prophet and Immersturm Predator. What the hell is that? Immersturm? Also a vampire. Also a dragon. It's weird. When it becomes tapped, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard and put a counter on Immersturm Predator. Sacrifice another creature. Immersturm Predator gains indestructible until end of turn. Tap it. I'm not really in love with this card. Vampire's Vengeance. Oh, Blood Fountain is good with Shrapnel Blast. Should we have Blood Fountain in this deck? Whereas it enters the battlefield, create a blood token, sacrifice Blood Fountain, return up to 2 target cards from your graveyard to your hand. That might work. I actually think we should have more blood. If we're so all in on this blood strategy, I think we should have more blood token creators, because this isn't a lot. This is 1, 2, that's it. Basically. I mean, we do have the Volcaran Bloodcaster, but it doesn't create. You know, it requires something to die, which I'm not in love with. Oh, is Blood Fountain in the deck? We have 1 Blood Fountain. It's not a lot of Blood Fountains, to be honest. Yeah, Insolent Neonate is good with Fiery Temper, but I wouldn't put Neonate in here just for that. Immersturm Predator is very hard to remove. I agree. I might be underrating this card, but it seems like a lot of work for just a creature. And at least 2 Fable of the Mirror Breaker and 1 more Blood Fountain. Do you guys really want this Mirror Breaker? Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We just saw this card. Again, you get the Shaman. Discard up to 2 cards. If you do draw that many cards, exile this Saga, then return to the battlefield. Is this really worth it? I wouldn't say, like, it's a great card. I get it. It's a very good card, but does it have the synergy with this thing, with this deck? I don't know if it has the synergy with this deck. It's good with ETB blood token creatures. Read the first chapter, then the other side. Whenever this creature attacks, create a treasure token. I totally understand that. You have a random 2/2 shaman that ramps you. I know, and then you get to create a token of a copy of another target non-legendary creature you control. So what? We just have a bunch of random dorks in this deck. We don't even have very good targets to copy. Like, we can't go infinite here, or even have like a really big turn. It's really good with the Harvester. Who's the Harvester here? Oh, Blood Tithe Harvester? Alright, chat says you put we'll put 2 Fable of the Mirror Breaker in here. I have no idea what you want to remove. I might remove, actually, Kalitas. I'm not really a fan of Kalitas. Well, you have some removal. I'm still not that thrilled with this creature. And I guess you could take out a Gifted Aetherborn, and then you could put in 2 Fable of the Mirror Breaker. It's good with Voldaren Bloodcaster. Okay. I'll just trust you. And then you could get rid of the other Gifted Aetherborn, add a Dusk Legion Zealot, or add some removal, or add another piece of removal like Shrapnel Blast. I think you have a lot of ideas to go through. Let's just make sure your mana base is tight. You got the Blightstep Pathway, you have 4 Blood Crypt, Dragon Skull Summit. I actually wouldn't gamble with Mutavault in this deck. I think you're very color intensive. You have a lot of black. You have a lot of black in this deck, and you're a 2-color deck. I may not even screw around with 1 Mutavault. How many lands do you have? You have 22 lands. I don't know if I would. Secluded Courtyard. Maybe you should have 4 of these, and you have Voldaren Estate. Oh, and this creates blood tokens. Okay, that's good. So you have. You might have to jump up your red. Why don't you have the red one instead of Hive of the Eye Tyrant? There's the red creature land. That's pretty good. Or is this just convenient because it costs very little? It could be another Hive, but it could also be that other creature. And I wouldn't feel too bad about it. And if we add things like Fiery Temper or even Shrapnel Blast, I think Shrapnel Blast is worth it. I think Shrapnel Blast is worth it. I mean, it looks like a pretty good card. Basically kills any creature in Pioneer, but also can dome the opponent for 5 damage out of nowhere. Just absolutely out of nowhere. Den of the Bugbear is what I was thinking of. Yeah, Den of the Bugbear. What's wrong with that? Create Goblin tokens. I don't know, or maybe this is just better. I like the evasion on it. Whenever it attacks, exile. It's a 3/3 black beholder creature with menace. I like the evasion, to be honest. Maybe it should just be a 3rd one of these. I think Mutavault is just a bit of a weak card now these days. Yeah, we are more black based over red, but you need enough red in the deck to cast your cards. You do need enough red. I'm not going to make much mention of the sideboard. I think it's okay. So thank you very much for submitting the list. A very interesting list. Neat stuff. We need more blood token strategy decks in this world. It's probably blood tokens is something that has not been broken yet. That I probably can. Somebody can probably make it work. Maybe it's that deck. Maybe it is. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me today. We do this Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Also, be prepared. Tomorrow, we're going to talk Pauper. We're going to talk about cards that we want to see downshifted to common. So think of your cards, people. I got a P.O. box. If you want to send me stuff, I'll open it up on stream. Please give me a reason to go to my P.O. box. Thank you so much for the super chats. All the super chats, everyone who became members. Does everyone like their new badges? You got badges now. You see the badges? You all have different colors to show how long you've been in how long you've been a member on the YouTube channel. When will you play Pauper? Maybe I will. I'm starting to rethink my gameplay strategy on the channel. I think I should have like weeks where we talk Pauper, we talk Pioneer, we talk Modern, Commander, and then I should have gameplay that should correlate to the that would correlate to the topic that we talk about on that week. But anyway, thank you very much everyone who supports the channel. It's fantastic. Lets me know to keep doing this every single weekday. So thank you also though for showing up, becoming part of the conversation, because without you, I'm useless. I'd be talking to nobody. I wouldn't be able to, you know, I need these comments. I need this thug life comment. I need Goku. I need Goku in my life. I need Chris Ross. Yeah, you got badges if you're a member. If you're a member on Nikachu MTG Live, by hitting the join button, if you don't have a join button, in the description there is a link that will get you to the join button. You can become a member and you will get badges to show your support. It's like supporting on Patreon or something like that. All right, thank you very much, everyone. As usual, keep brewing those coffees and we will keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves. Sleep tight knowing that there are now stickers in Magic the Gathering.